Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te kore mako o Taranaki 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, he is a proud Taranaki Uri, former Māori All Black and professional rugby player who has represented teams here at home and overseas. He recently stepped away from the game after a decade at the top level and is now entering a new chapter in his life. We're grateful to have him here on the show with us today to reflect on his journey, his learnings, and what lies ahead. Nau mai, hara mai, Teihorangi Walden. Kia ora, brother. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, kia ora, Caps. Thanks for having me on, bro. It's been a while, but finally here, so looking forward to it.
Awesome, bro. Stoked, man. Thank you so much for your time. Hey, just a little bit about yourself before we get started. Ko wai koe, no he koe.
Kia ora, brother. Ko Taranaki toku maunga, ko Okura Matapu toku awa, ko Taranaki toku iwi, ko ngā mahanga tairi toku hapu, ko Okura tua toku marae, ko Teihorangi Walden toku ingoa. Yeah, like I said, thanks for having me on and look forward to having a yarn, bro.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Well, hey, for those that are listening, who don't know you well, can you tell us a little bit about, where you come from and what shaped you growing up here in Taranaki?
Yeah, I guess I'll keep it pretty brief. Born in Otaki, moved to Whanganui until I was 4 years old. I was brought up in Te Ao Māori, so spoke Māori till I was 4, and then we actually moved to Okura when I was little with the whānau. Got an older brother, Joshua, or Tukatumuana, and older sister, Miana, and mum and dad here, they're still living in Okura. We've actually all moved back. Grew up there, had an awesome childhood, loved my sports, grew up playing football and transferred to rugby just because I was always the ball boy for dad's rugby team, so he got me into it. Did my schooling here in Taranaki at Francis Douglas Memorial College, and then moved south to Dunedin to study a Bachelor of Science, and that's where my rugby sort of took off, and managed to travel the world and live it up while I could, but all things come to an end, and back here in Taranaki, settled down, beautiful wife Shannon, and two gorgeous girls, Maya and Kiwa. So loving life now, but still miss the game when I watch, but
Beautiful. And what a stellar career. Now, you spent many years in high performance rugby, including representing the Māori All Blacks. What did that kaupapa mean to you personally, representing your people, your culture, your whānau, your maunga?
Yeah. Often, bro, I get asked around some of my career highlights, and the first one that comes to mind is my time in the Māori All Blacks, a special team to myself and my whānau. Always a team that I dreamed to play for one day, and for that to become a reality was crazy. So I guess the whole thing I loved about that was learning more around my own whakapapa, but also connecting with other brothers from around the motu, and playing for Aotearoa, representing, like you said, my whānau, my hapu, iwi here in Taranaki. And being on the world stage, man, what an experience, and something I reflect on quite often.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Well, I remember when you were playing away from home at that time, and you managed to come home and represent the Amber and Blacks as well, which would have been, very special for you as well. But, retiring from rugby due to concussion, I believe, is that's a big decision. What was that process like for you and your whānau?
Yeah, bro, it wasn't easy, to be honest. Rugby was the game sort of I loved, and it was all I knew. So finishing school in 2013 shows how old I am. Playing rugby, professional rugby for 11 years, and then sort of all stopping just like that because of concussion. Sort of got to the point, bro, where I have kids and realized there's more to life than just rugby. And I wanted to be fit and healthy when my kids grow up. So being able to run alongside them and support them, I guess. But it wasn't easy. Like, I loved the game, like I said, and some of the memories I made and the travel I did, man, I was lucky, but it's not till you stop that, till you realize how good you had it. But I guess the process was putting my whānau first, really, having to think about what's best for me at that time. And like I said, I have plenty of fond memories, but definitely not worth risking my own health to carry on that journey, I suppose. So that probably made it easy. And then I guess once I retired, just the symptoms carried on for a good 12 months after, bro. So it just solidified my decision to step away from the game. But it certainly wasn't easy, as you'd know.
Yeah, mate, must have been a hard one, that's for sure. But like looking back now on your, you've had an awesome career, man. Like what lessons from rugby do you find yourself kind of carrying today in everyday life?
Yeah, I guess a lesson. Well, I wasn't the most X factor player, let's put it that way. But I guess one of my point of differences was my ability to work hard and earn people's respect. So definitely hard working has been something that's been a point of difference and provided me with some opportunities. So I always made sure I turned up first, put in the mahi, and keep doing that day after day. So that was probably one good lesson. Probably just being a good person, how it's created opportunities in life. A lot of people don't really understand just having the ability to connect with people from all walks of life. And one day, for example, stopping rugby, one of those conversations might end up being a job down the line, or just a connection to push you in the right direction. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably something that I've taken away from my time in rugby. You meet some awesome people, and I'm still connected to those people today, whether it's a support for off-field stuff or for job opportunities, whatever. But that was a good learning for me. And then probably just being grateful for what you have. At the time, for 10 years, I lived my dream, and it wasn't until I stopped I realized how good I had it. So being able to reflect often and just live in the moment and make the most of every opportunity, bro, is probably the big thing.
Beautiful, beautiful lessons there for our listeners at home, on just how much rugby can bring, not only on the field, but off the field in terms of life. So make sure to stay tuned with us, whānau. We're having an awesome kōrero here with Teihorangi, and we're going to be back real shortly to have more of a kōrero on his journey and see what he's up to now. Kia ora koutou wānau, welcome back to Te Ao Hākinakina. We're having an awesome kōrero here with Teihorangi Walden, who's given us a good rundown on his amazing career. But now, in terms of what you're up to now, Teihorangi, so many rangatahi obviously look up to you. What would you want young Māori athletes to understand about well-being and balance and long-term thinking in sport?
Yeah, I guess my message, or something I try and teach the rangatahi now, is around getting out of your comfort zone. That's probably something that I've got some opportunities in the past, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable, but the doors are open. That's probably a message that I share quite a lot. But also the hard work one thing, like a lot of the stuff is the unseen stuff that people don't see, being able to make some sacrifices off the field, to put yourself in a position to get opportunities or open doors to play rugby or whatever sport it is at that next level. So that doesn't really answer your question, but that's something that I share.
Nah, that's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful. And recently, I know your old man well, and he had a lot to do with the game here in Taranaki for a long time, a lover of the game. But you've recently stepped into a new role, I believe, too, at Taranaki Rugby Football Union since leaving rugby because of concussion. And can you share with us what the role is and what drew you to the role?
Yeah, bro. So when I retired, I actually went into the education sector. So I went teaching at Francis Douglas and loved my time there. Learned a lot, but sort of missed that rugby piece. So a job came up at Taranaki Rugby as the academy manager for the girls and boys, and that was right up my alley. I've always wanted to be a role model for not just Māori, Pacifica, Tamariki as well, but just for everyone. So to have that role pop up, I jumped at it. And so, I'm in charge of sort of sharing all my experiences, my knowledge around how to become a professional rugby player, what it takes to get to that next level, but also just share a bit of my knowledge with them as well. So, so far I've started the role in January and I'm loving my time here. Awesome team to work with. But more importantly, the crew that's coming through. There's some exciting talent. Really enjoying my new role as the academy manager, bro.
Beautiful, bro. You'd be very well suited to that role, and I'm sure the rangatahi are very appreciative for having your knowledge within that space and guiding them on their journey, their rugby journey and aspirations. So I understand, are you involved with Spotted United? Well, it's not Spotted United now, it's United, isn't it? You're involved with United in some way, shape or form as well, that great club?
Yeah, no, or at the union, we sort of aren't allowed to associate with the club, but I definitely have helped them the last couple of years, and then sort of helped the old man still coaching. So I get the odd text every now and then to see what he needs help with. But yeah, I've been tracking them nicely, and yeah, they've got a good young team coming through. So hopefully over the next couple of years, they start to get some results and keep building, eh?
Beautiful, beautiful, bro. Now, how is reconnecting with kaupapa Māori, community and, whakaaro outside of sport being part of this next phase for you? You step in as an academy manager, but obviously Te Ao Māori means a lot to you. How does that help within the spaces that you're in?
Yeah, it's definitely a journey that takes a long time. So I'm still on that journey myself around reconnecting with my culture. I'm fortunate that my whānau all are heavily involved in Te Ao Māori here in Taranaki, so I've got them to lean on. But more importantly for the athletes, I think a lot of our athletes coming through are Pacifico Māori. So definitely got a soft spot for them, but we talk around how important it is to understand who we are, around our identity, how important it is. When times get tough, we always have to sort of go back to who we are and what we stand for. So, I'm definitely trying to share that message with our rangatahi, but it doesn't just happen overnight, as you know, bro.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, obviously it would have been really fast paced for you in terms of those 10 years. You were a professional footy player in that, but, life after elite sport obviously slows down, people often reflect. What has surprised you most about life after rugby on the field playing?
Yeah, I finally got a proper job, bro. People always ask me, "Oh, what have you done for work?" And I was like, "Man, I was a rugby player for 10 years." So that identity piece was tough when I stopped. You just get sort of people just bail you up around, "Oh, you're the rugby player. How are you going?" But stepping away wasn't easy, to be honest. You lose your social connections with your mates. You lose that identity. And so it's a tough time. Everyone always talks around all the how set up you get from rugby. It's not until you step away you realize, man, this real life is hard. So I guess the biggest change for me was losing. Like, you don't lose your mates, but you don't want to be that guy hanging on, so you sort of you don't have that interaction as much, and can be quite isolating. So whānau's been massive for me. Obviously, we've got a close whānau, spending time together, having my kids, man, they keep me on my toes. So that's definitely helped me through these difficult times, transitioning out of sport. But I wouldn't change my life at all, bro. Loving it.
Love it, bro. Now, finally, just, looking ahead, like, what gives you optimism about what's coming up for you, for you and your role, for you and your whānau? What excites you about what's to come on your journey?
Yeah, I guess a big part of my role, bro, is trying to get people to experience the life I was given. So that's a big motivation for me. I want to provide them with the opportunities I got. And I guess what keeps me optimistic is seeing the talent coming through. There's genuine talent coming through, a lot better than I was, a lot faster, a lot stronger than I was. So I guess, I'll get motivation out of seeing these boys and girls progress through the grades and like I said, experience some of the opportunities that rugby has to offer. So that keeps me very optimistic.
Awesome. Well, bro, we're very fortunate to have you home under your maunga, alongside your whānau, your community, your people, helping our rangatahi in this space. We really appreciate all that you do, not only for the game, but for everyone that you touch. And thank you for coming on the show. And we look forward to following your journey in the years ahead.
Awesome. Shot, Cap. Thanks for that, brother.